done. Ampadu sending Kuna away. Looking for Boni, who's has to take it with him. Rotantar right at his back. Fernandez stopped by Metja.
That was brilliant passage of play, really was, from Côte d'Ivoire, playing through a press of the Germans brilliantly well and opening up some space for themselves going forward.
Pointing out that Antoine Boni up top, it's his full international debut today. 2 caps previously, both as a substitute. Actually switched allegiance from France to Côte d'Ivoire only in May. Born in Paris. His debut, one of the pre-tournament friendlies, the victory against France. Led the line really well in this opening 50 minutes or so. He's one of those ahead of Franck Kessié here. Amad Diallo. Kessié again with room. Germany, a little casual in defence for a moment there.
You would have thought they would have come out in the second half with a bit of a skip in their step and try to get at Côte d'Ivoire, but in actual reality, it's the other way around. Côte d'Ivoire is much more comfortable during parts of the second half. You've got to think that Germany's going to make some changes here. At least on the hour, I would expect things to tinker with the squad as he is going to do.
It's been one of the criticisms, perhaps, of Julian Nagelsmann, the fact that he changes things around an awful lot, which, of course, can be a positive as well. Beautifully done. Super feet from Cristinao. Amad Diallo. And Cristinao hits it and just managed to scoop it instead of slotting it. It's another example, though, of how Côte d'Ivoire are taking the second half to Germany.
Yeah, they're not afraid anymore. If there is any fear coming into this match of what the Germans could do to them, that's gone. They play with unbelievable confidence. And now they seem to be more confident getting bodies forward in the attacking zone than they were even in the first half. Germany really struggling to get into this game.
Another great example of the ability of Cristinao Ulai, 20-year-old, plays for Trabzonspor. Pavlovic, Roy Sané, Wirtz, and a bit of space. Singo with the acrobatics to repel the scooped pass. Havertz trying to slide it through for Musiala. This kind of situation, you have to be patient if you're Germany, but you also have to keep the pace high, don't you?
Yeah, you certainly do. Expecting Germany to step it up.
Only won one of their last 9 World Cup matches when they've been behind at half-time. Against Sweden back in 2018. Sané trying to help it on its way. Wirtz will keep it alive. Havertz trying to spin. Just ran out of room. Nicely done by Boni. Touch from Kessié. Amad Diallo as well. Diallo once more. Singo outside him. Here he is collecting from Kessié. Diallo happy to try and run Brown, who just got a toe to it. Found a way through though. And Kessié just lost control of it. The touch wasn't quite tight enough.
Yeah, that was exactly the problem. Good play again on this side. First half, we saw more play probably from Cote d'Ivoire on the left. It's coming down the right-hand side with a lot of space. The touch got away from him. The chance goes missing.
Great example of how Metcher is so important defensively too for the Germans. Corner is a hefty one. Diomande taking the law and indeed Pavlovic into his own hands. That was very nearly straight into the path of Diallo. It's picked up here by Singo. Germany certainly haven't started this second half in the way you would expect, playing the polished football that you associate with that shirt. Gislan Kuna. Bonnie's in the middle. Amad Diallo joining. And Brown perhaps just did enough to put him off. Regathered here by Singo. Christie now to Amad Diallo, to Singo once again. Sangare decides to set off. And again. Oh, and it's going to land at the feet of Diomande, who's done pretty much everything else right today, other than that.
Yeah, the coach looking along there, thinking that's not a bad chance at all. Fell quite nicely at the top of the box. The player that's had a ton of space, either on the left side or even at the top of the box. Nobody seems to be wanting to pick him up, and he's been so incredibly dangerous for Cote d'Ivoire.
Leroy Sané. This was the target. Try again with Kimmich. Sané. Rudiger. Tar. For Musiala, who's just peeled away. Rudiger fancies this. Well, from there, from him, that would have been special had it found the top corner.
Yeah, and I think those are good opportunities to take those chances. Try to just make Cote d'Ivoire think about it a little bit, because there's been some times I think Germany could have pulled the trigger from distance. Maybe not quite that far as Rudiger did, but shows you the ability he has in a strike. But it's just really surprising from the German side. It looks susceptible even defensively. Offensively, they've just been opened.
Antonio Rudiger, just the 3 international goals in 84 caps, including today, so perhaps asking a fair bit to score from there. But you only really remember them if they go in. Wirtz. Pavlovic. Back for Rudiger. All 3 of the matches at the 2022 World Cup finals. Kimmich and Manuel Neuer. Those 3 plays.